All right, and we are live. All right, guys, welcome. Today we're gonna do a walkthrough. Contract, buyer contract to close. Okay. Let's see. Where do I want to start? All right. So just real quick, right here on the intranet, right here under the new agents training library, new agents tab. Everything I am doing is kind of a little bit of a repeat under the section that says helping buyers right here. So everything that I'm going to do is broken out in here's the home buying process, right? This is your form that you can find in that document library. Pull it down, brand it to yourself. Okay, go through it. All right, and then of course we have that's your required. This is the one I did on Tuesday. There's all your compliance documents that's required. Okay, and then the purchase agreement. If y'all haven't looked at that video yet, here it is right here. Okay. Well, actually, here's the broken down version of the PDF. And I break it down and go into it. When you highlight the little things, it tells you what everything means right there, okay? So yeah, that'll tell you what everything means. But there also is a purchase agreement video out here in the video portion. Writing the offer is the YouTube video, right? Kind of got part one, which is using the forms, and part two. That's the signatures in the walkthrough. And then the contract to close. This is a pretty cool checklist. This is for the agents, okay? This is for you guys. This is so you guys know what you're doing when you got a deal and how to piece it all together, okay? And I'm going to be going through all those with you. And then the last thing I have pulled up, this is something that I give my buyers. And I will send, this is also on the document library, on the intranet. This is sort of once my buyers get under contract, I try to send them this sheet. And it's a pretty good, and again, this is not branded to me. I think it's just generically branded, maybe the property first. See, it's nothing to me. It's just generically branded. It just tells them what's going on. They just bought a $300,000 home, $200,000 home. They have no clue, right? It's all up to us to give it to them to say, all right, what happens now? Now what do I do, Maria? What do I do? Where do I go with this? What can I expect between now and the time I actually go to the closing? What is a closing? Do I write something? Do I sign something? Do I bring cash, a personal check? Like all those things. It's literally like 1,200 little bitty steps. Not 1,200, right? But there's a lot of little bitty steps that have to happen. This is just sort of an outline of what they can expect. And I broke it out in kind of manageable chunks, right? Acceptance, home inspection period, what happens after that, 3 to 5 days prior to closing, so forth and so on. All right, let's get started. So, the scenario is this. We already have a home picked out, and we want to write a contract. All right? We're going to do it. You ready? Sure. All right, here it is. All right. So, let's find a home. Let's find something simple. Always pick on Keystone and Galvez. So, let's go see. I don't think there was actually anything active in Keystone. Didn't we try that the other day? Golly, it's crazy. All right, so well, that's okay though. We're gonna go ahead and write one up anyways, just because it's nice and easy. Let's see if I take pending off. Wow, crazy.
You can do
Another subdivision.
yeah. I don't know.
12 Oaks.
Gateway Code.
There you go. Let's see if Gateway. That's a smaller DSLD, and they might not have anything there either. All right, there's one.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so here we go. Gateway Cove. Hope this isn't your mom's house. It'd be really awkward right now, right?
I'm gonna be very
All right,
upset
so
with her.
you guys know how to probably pull up the, which by the way, if you are looking to get hip on MLS and how to use Paragon, I got a 1-hour course that talks about setting it up, searching, how to save searches, setting up buyers, all those kind of things. And I feel like it's right here under Paragon training. So click that, open that. It's about an hour's worth of content, but it's really pretty good. Got a lot of good information on how to set up searches, how to set buyers up. Set yourself up. That's what I would advise. Set yourself up. Pull up a search. Pull up a neighborhood. Pull up something you guys want to move to next, maybe. Set that search up. Have it send you properties and all that good stuff. All right. Okay, so we're writing this. Oh, here it is. Here's our hub. It's 269.5. I'm just going to make an assumption I did comps. we are ready to write this thing up. Okay, so first step here is this little guy here, this little blue thing with the little lines that are going all different directions. If you hover your mouse over these things, they'll tell you what they mean, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and hit this one that says Instanet. So what that does is it opens up another window up here, all right? And it brings me into the transaction, okay? So it comes up with this little wizard that says, all right, we're about to create a transaction, okay? Now, if you hit create, fine, no worries, no problem, all right? But what I like to tell people to do is this template option right here. Click on that drop down and choose this one that says PFRG Buyer Side Forms Template. What that does is it puts all the typical buyer forms already sort of in a stack for you, that whenever you're ready to write it, all you gotta do is click the forms because they're already there. And I'll show you what I mean by that, all right? So if I hit create, okay, it's gonna go ahead and kind of create this in my little transaction desk, okay? So I am into the transaction, right? Here it is the address, and here's everything about that. If you see this right side menu, if I click on the forms button, this is when you check that box, that little drop down that says PFRG Forms, Buyer Forms Template. I've already included all the ones in here for you. If you don't check the template, it's fine, but this will all be blank. Okay, you'll have to go here and add ones individually. I need the purchase agreement, residential, and you got to go find it and click each one of them. But if you click that template, it kind of pulls them all in here, and here's everything already ready to go for you guys. All right, so we're ready to write a contract. Y'all ready to do this? We're going to do a live one right here. All right, so first one, agreement to buy or sell. Perfect. All right, what was it listed at? $269.5. How long has it been on the market? Under 30 days, but it's honeymoon phase is somewhat over. All right, so you see what happens is it sort of puts all of my information automatically in there, and it's pulling that based on the things that have already been set for you, okay, once you join the brokerage. So it's already got my license number. It's already got the company's license number, okay? And it's got the listing agent side, okay, so forth, so on. You get it. All right, date. Let's fill that out. We're filling it out for today. We're writing that thing up. It already has the legal description, so I don't have to worry about that. It does not pull the grounds measuring approximately. You do find that here. Up here in this green section, lot dimensions, that's usually what I put. So that says 70 by 150. Fair enough. I'm going to put in here 70 by 150. All right. Y'all remember what goes in this box? What could go here?
Oh, that's the things that are like
Give me an example.
like chandelier.
Yeah, well, no, that's chandelier. This is where fridge. These are things that are considered content that we'll be asking them to stay.
Yeah.
So here's just a couple common ones. Yeah, curtains are a little bit vague. You'll see right here it does say something about window treatments, which I need black and white. I don't know what a window treatment is. I'm like, curtains, curtain rod, and blinds. That's what I'm calling them what they are. I'm a dude. I don't know what window treatments are, but so if there's any questions about what a window treatment, just write it in there, like all curtains, all curtain rods, and all blinds. If you're questioning it now, blinds, it does specifically say blinds and associated hardware right here. You don't necessarily have to write that. That's already there in black and white. Okay. Now. You say refrigerator, washer, dryer. What else can go in there? Well, the Ring doorbell, in my opinion, actually does stay because it is a fixture. But if you want to put that in there, absolutely. That way there's no question about it. Backyard, table, and chairs. I don't know. If there's a movable shed. And these are all examples. What other some common things we hear? I don't know. Kitchen table. It's awesome. I love it. All right. Most people don't negotiate for. We're not eBay. We're not Amazon. Okay. They're not like I get the painting. Let's just go ahead and get it all. You know. I think because at some point what's going to happen is a lender's going to see this and they're like, well, you're buying a house, but now you've got all these things that are of substantial value, that could start affecting the loan process. Okay, but these are just examples. You see what this looks like. Okay, pool equipment. That's another one. Like just there's several different things. Pool equipment. If you're buying a house with a pool, most people can be kind enough to say, I'll leave the chemicals and the chlorine and all that kind of stuff. All right, mineral rights. We already talked about that. Know what that is. I'm gonna put 0 there. We got to offer these people full price, y'all, just because that's the market we're in today. $269.5. Let's go ahead and do that here. Okay. We're going to close this thing in, let's say, 30 to 45 days. It's October 14th. Shout out to my sister, her birthday. Let's just go with the 19th. All right. Fair enough, 35-ish days. All right. Contingency. Nope. I don't have to sell another house. These people are cleared. They're good to go. It's a finance sale. It's a rural development sale, so we know that it's 100% loan. I'm just going to put something like 3.5 here. I'm going to put 30 here. We're going to go fixed rate. We're going to go rural development. Okay. All right. Now, I usually put my closing costs. If I'm asking the seller to pay closing, I'm usually putting in here, and this is what I'm putting. And there's several different ways to word this. Seller to pay up towards, up to whatever, $5,000 towards buyers' prepaid items and / or closing costs. We'll learn more about that when we do the class at the title company, but like closing costs is a very wide open statement. Prepaid items are things that you have to pay for in advance. It really has nothing to do with like homeowner's insurance or flood insurance or property taxes, those things that they have to kind of put in escrow. And again, we'll learn more about that when we take the closing class. All right, calendar days. This is the number of days that I usually put 7 here. This is just the number of days that the buyer shall supply seller written documentation from a lender that a loan application has been made and the buyer has given written authorization to lender to proceed. So this means the buyer's gotten their pre-approval and they've already told the lender move forward. So because they might still be shopping, right? And that's okay. They might get this under contract, and then the first day after that, they're still debating on whether to go at lender A, lender B, or lender C. Okay, that's fine. But as long as within that first 7 days, and it starts the day after acceptance, all right, now you got 7 days to make sure you zone in on one, get them everything they need, and have written documentation that says I'm ready to move forward with this loan. Okay. Operations, again, I'm not going to go too much detail because that's a whole nother class. I'm always going to condition the sale on appraisal. Okay. Now there's some strategy to that in today's world about if you don't condition it. I think there's some risk there. If it's a hot market and this thing has several buyers and you're offering over list price, if you don't condition on appraisal, that's much more attractive to the seller because they know they're getting their money, whatever you offer. So if you offer $7,000 over list price and we're not conditioning on appraisal, that's really strong. But that's putting your buyer a little bit out, right? Because if it doesn't appraise, they got to come out of pocket for the rest of that money, okay? We're going to go with $1,000 deposit. I always say try to do $1,000 at least. All right, it's going to be held by the listing brokerage. There will be times where with companies like maybe EXP, where there's not really a physical listing brokerage, okay, that they want a third party to hold it, usually the title company, okay. So in that instance, you might be checking that third party box, okay. There's nothing wrong with the selling broker, which would be the buyer's agent's brokerage holding it. It doesn't really matter. By default, I put listing brokerage all the time. Third party is usually when I'm dealing with, again, an agency that's like, hey, don't bring it to my brokerage because it might be a really small brokerage and they don't really have an office and the broker doesn't want to collect them. So just give it to the title company or whatever. So that's where we'll put this. And if you do that, just make sure everybody's signing this box here that says it's held by the third party, okay? Reason that is as a real estate brokerage, I have certain rules that I have to follow with that deposit should something go wrong. If it's held by a third party, it goes through a different set of rules, okay? So if title company A holds it and there's a dispute, well, they have their procedures and rules. If Property First Realty Group holds it, then I have a certain set of rules that I have to follow, okay? Right. Let's see what else we got here. This is not a new home, so there's no new home construction addendum. For the home inspection period, I'm going to put 10. All right. Generally the accepted answer there. Water, sewage, are there private water, private sewer systems on here? No. It's Keystone again, or Gateway Cove. I know there's not. But if you wanted to verify, you can do that in this document section by looking at this property disclosure right here. Okay? We'll go through that in a little bit. Home service warranty. That's those third-party home warranty companies. Old Republic. We've got some pamphlets over here on the side if y'all want to know more about what they do. How much does it cost? Let's just say we do want somebody to buy one. They're usually about that much. And we want it to be paid for by the seller, and we want it to be ordered by us. So that's another job that we have to do. If we're going to do this, if we're fighting for our buyers, that's what we have to do. Okay? All right. Moving on. I'm going to check the as is, B option. I never check anything else unless I am checking this option C here. If I'm checking option C, that's because it's a brand new construction, okay? So if your buyer's buying a DR Horton DSLD custom build with a builder, you're going to be checking that option right there because it will be subject to the New Home Warranty Act, which is a whole other class. All right, 30 days, that's usually where I put it. Title work, that just basically says that, hey, title work has to be complete, but if there's a problem with the title, both parties are going to agree to extend the closing date 30 days. I've only seen this happen once in 11 years as a realtor. Generally, it's the title company. The title company has some problems with the seller because there's something bad wrong. And not us, it's always bad, but if that has to be enacted, it's usually because, hey, there's a tax lien. There's some IRS money owed. There's all kind of things that can come to play that could delay that closing, okay? But that necessarily doesn't happen. All right, final walkthrough. We'll go through all this in a little bit. All right. Additional terms. This would be, I don't know anything else. What you'd want to add in there, like, buyer to be able to move in early to before a day before closing. I don't know. Just whatever it might be that you want in there. I don't normally put a whole lot there. All right, some other addendums here, okay? A common one you'll see is that, I think we talked about it the other day in class, the wood destroying insect report, okay? That we want to put it on the seller to provide us a certificate that shows us that there's no termites, okay? Other ones here, there's not really any other ones here that are commonly used, right? Buyer agrees that they can do business with me electronically, heck yeah. And we'll go ahead and do the seller as well. The seller can do business electronically with this person here. Oh, Nodula. I do not know Nodula. So we'll go back here and we'll go ahead and put that form. All right, so we've done a lot of work. Now, I want to make this offer good until, let's just say, tonight. I want a quick response. I want to give them till tonight. That's roughly giving them about 8 to 9 hours, depending upon how quick your buyer signs, okay? Hot market, I want an answer tonight, okay? That house is, right now it's been on the market 20-something days. If there's no offer on it, if they want more time, that's fine. But maybe 24 hours, that's also reasonable. So if you want to go that route, you can just go, hey, writing this at about noon. We can do tomorrow at noon. Let's just do that. All right, fair enough. Depending upon the number of buyers, I'll just go ahead and check this box. It's easier before we get into the e-signatures. It's easy to do that now, so I'll leave that there. All right, so we've got all that work done. I want to save this. So it's almost like saving a Word document, an Excel spreadsheet, whatever it is. You just saved it, okay? So if the worst case scenario happens and this blows up and you go away and you're like, oh man, where's all my work? All that stuff, how do I get back there? Okay, nice and simple. You don't even really have to go back to the property itself. Under the resources button, Instanet. That'll bring you right back into your entire Instanet library. Okay. All right. So All right, so here's my transaction, Hidden Cove. I started working on it. Let's bring that back up. All right. You can start to see the forms over here, and they usually file it in the order that you like worked on them last. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that. Okay, so here we are, back where we started, and our work is all saved. Come on. I'm jinxing me. All right, here we go. All right, a little slow today. All right, so here's all of our work we got to see. All right, so now we're ready. We are ready to have this signed. Now I'm actually going to, since two of you guys in here, I'm gonna have you guys both sign, and then we'll put something like, let's just do this. My door?
Yeah, the panels in that office behind here. Or is it in your office?
The panel's in the hall.
It's in the hallway?
Yeah, go check it out. This is for training purposes and is not a real binding offer. All right, just in case you guys are like, hey, you had me buying this house and I really don't want to, so you got me all obligated. All right. So, yep, I got two buyers here. I'm going to save it one more time. Now, if you're kind of old school and you're like, I don't know how to do this e-signature, I don't want to learn, you can just pull it down right here. Save it as a PDF, and it will save it as a PDF right down here. Open that bad boy up, print it, and be about your merry way going to get it signed, okay? If you need to switch to another form that's in this transaction, you just click this. It will bring you into the agency disclosure, the property disclosure, or anything else. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get it signed. So this little pen right here, click it. All right, I'm going to do the new version because I think it's a lot cooler. Okay, so it brings up my purchase agreement. A little bit hard to see, but it's one of 9 pages. That way I know it's one form. All right, great, but I need more documents in there. We got to get more stuff signed, right? We can't just give them to sign the purchase agreement. What else we need? 3 things. 3 things, Monique. I'm giving it. You're the only one in here, right? So I'm going to give it to you. 3 things we need signed. Which disclosure?
The
Agency? Yep, well done. What does every seller have to fill out? A what?
I think you're talking about the what's wrong with it.
Yeah,
What's
property disclosure,
disclosure.
and then the purchase agreement.
Yeah.
All right, you're getting ready to buy a house. Welcome back. You're gonna go through this right now. You're gonna see it from your. So what y'all are gonna see is you're gonna see it from the customer standpoint as well as when you start doing this. Okay. So when we go, oh, you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the signers, there's a couple, let's add you guys. Let's do this. I'm going to add my buyers. I know y'all are not in here, so we're going to do this. Get ready, Maria.
I'm going to love it. I'm going to live right by her.
All right, let's see. Just give me your address real quick.
Maria.
That's too long, I'm sure. Just stop being lazy here. So.
I can tell you the easy one. That's like the junk mail one.
All right, here we go. All right, we'll go here. I am adding Maria. Now, you can choose this role option here. It just makes it easier. I'm going to choose you as a buyer. And I'm also going to put save to my contact list. So this is good to do because now you're in my contact list. I'm not going to have to recreate you every time I want you to do a signature. All right? So I'm going to hit save. I'm going to add another participant. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to make you a buyer as well. You guys are in this together, okay? All right, now who else has to sign this?
You,
Very good. Why?
because you're the buyer's agent.
So, add one more. Look at that. Add yourself. I don't even have to worry about it. It says, yeah. What's up, big guy? I got you. So, roll. I don't even know if I need a roll here. I guess I'll put selling agent. I don't normally fill out anything there. I usually just kind of put me in as a signer. All right, so I got my signers already ready to go there. And you see this button that says click signing order? By default, it is off. If I turn that on, and it right now, if I turn it on, now it's saying Maria's number one. So it's going to go to you first. You're going to sign. And then once you sign, then it says, okay, now go to Monique. And then once you sign, it says, okay, now go to Johnny. I don't generally use this because I don't care when you guys sign, because we're all texting and going, hey, buyers, go ahead and sign and check your email. Husband might be at work and the other one might be here and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, now these next tabs here, docs. All right, we already got the purchase agreement in there, but you guys brought up some good points. We need other forms to sign, right? All right, so I'm going to go and I'm going to add, there it is, agency disclosure. Boom. And I'm also going to add, look at that, property disclosure. All right, fair enough, huh? So we good? So we got the 3 required documents already in there, right? Okay. Set the signing order. I don't know what that is, but whatever. Okay. Okay. I don't know what that is, but okay, we'll keep moving. All right. Yeah, they just had this new kind of layout come out for the signature stuff. All right, so for the most part, we've kind of got it all there. Now, I'm going to come here. Now, I'm going to try to do this live because I haven't done it here. Now, you see here's your purchase agreement. Now, if you want to start dragging initials all throughout this whole thing, you can do that. But I feel like there's an easy way. Let me do this. I'm going to assign checklist. Layouts. So agreement to buy, I'm going to set the layout that says I already have one here. PD. Yep. Okay. So again, this option over here, number 4. Now look at that. It already started putting all the stuff where you guys need to initial, not you guys, y'all my buyers, okay? So y'all are my buyers. So now, common question I get asked is, they're in the purchase agreement. How do I edit something that says something, I missed something here that says something wrong? Okay, sorry, got to go back and do it into that forms thing. Okay, redo this whole thing. So make sure before you sign that everything is done, get to this signing part, that everything is done correctly, okay? All right, so now I'm going to go back to my tools here. Always want to take note of who's signing. Okay, so I got Maria ready to go. All right, see all these signers here? Now remember, I'm doing this as the buyer's agent, right? So y'all are my buyers. Okay, so I'm going to keep Maria's stuff up there. I'm going to make sure everything is done. I've got initials by everything. Okay, so far so good. Okay, and there it is. Now, it does not have your printed thing there, so that's okay. There's a couple ways that we can fix this. One, signer fields, I'm just going to say go there. Now, the temptation is to want to take this and flip there and go start doing that one. I take one buyer, go all the way down, do the next buyer, come all the way back up, and then do me last. Okay? Because if you think you're over here and you start doing all this, you might think you're in buyer 2, but you're really in buyer 1, and it just gets a little bit confusing. But however you want to do that, you can do it. So again, I got Maria active. I got her. You see, I got the date, the time, and they're all kind of self-explanatory. All you got to do is just drag things wherever you need them to go. So, like for example, I drag this, drag the auto time, auto date. If it puts those there for you automatically. But if you had to, there's a checkbox. You can drag that checkbox right there. If I wanted to delete it, just hit the little trash can. Okay. So still on Maria. I'm going to walk this thing down. Yep, there's Maria. I don't know why they default and put it there. I like to put it here. And then I'm also going to, so if I check the signature box, it has some of these other options like name, date. So I can save these as my default settings. And then just drag that there. Or if I didn't do that, I can always just go back, click off of it, go back and do it here. Okay. So I got Maria in there. All right, remember, don't change names. I want to finish with all Maria's signatures first. Got her name printed. I got her name signature, and I got the date there. Fair enough. All right, property disclosure. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. There she is. Oh, we don't have the date and time, so let's do it the other way. Let's do auto date. Well, actually, it does have it. It's just kind of got the wrong spot. All right, we'll do auto time. Fair enough. All right, we'll get rid of that one for now. Also, take note how they are color-coded. Right, the yellows belong to Maria, and then when we get to the blues, those will belong to Monique. All right now, we're still in Maria. You see how it's a lot easier, though, to just do one person and walk it all the way down, okay? So this is where you should start seeing everything look correct. All right, so, yep, there it is. Nice and formatted, so forth and so on. Make sure we got it. Okay. And look, nice. It's got everything already there. Very cool. All right, I'm done with Maria. That's it. Got my 3 documents, right? I got the purchase agreement, the agency disclosure, and the property disclosure. All right. It did not have Monique. All right, make Monique. Man, we gotta get Monique in here. All right, so nice and simple. I'm just gonna click and drag, and I'm gonna put Monique over here, and I'm gonna take her signature. I'm gonna put it here. Now watch what happens when I put a signature. It automatically spits out a date and name, so that's kind of cool. So it doesn't really, I don't have to click over here anymore. Now if I want the time, I just kind of come back over here, put that there. All right. Need some more initials. All right. You get the point. I'm not going to do it just for the sake of time, right? I would keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing it there. There. You get the point. All right. As well as there. All right. All right. Now, yep. Monique. Need to put you there. Drag your name here. I don't need the date because done by one person already. Okay, and I know that's all correct. Well, we just didn't get her name, so let's go ahead and add her full name right here.
I'm sure you get quite a few people still like to do that.
You can drag and all that.
The signing.
Oh yeah, you may still get some people. I had one. No, I rarely get them. I rarely get. I had one person that was a little bit older in age, and they were like, "I don't have an email address." So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off by putting mine here. I just need the date. I can take my name because it's. Well, no, I already kind of had my, kind of printed already printed with the form up there. All right, so we're ready to go. Got everything ready. I'm now going to hit the next button. Oh gosh. I can't remember the subject line, but if you want to customize, you can. All it does is allow you to customize the subject line. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and accept the defaults. I think it's clean enough. It's pretty enough, and from what I remember. All right. I just sent that. You weren't in here, but you're getting ready to e-sign. So don't worry, it's for training purposes. I actually put it in the purchase agreement, like for training purposes.
Okay.
So, but I want you guys to see it. That's why, and the best way I can do that is, and we're all in video, so I'll let this be a witness to the world that this does not count. It does not mean anything. This is all for training purposes only. If you watch it there at home,
it's gonna be like, ooh,
what?
And you'd be like,
that listing agent's gonna watch this and be like, whoa, they just wrote my property up. All right, so I'm in the transaction. As you can see, it's still waiting on people. So if I go into the It says sent. And I think as we go and do this, it'll start telling you like this one opened it and this one did that. So open your emails, guys. In fact, well, if you want to look at my screen, I'm going to show you what mine looks like. That way you can see it. Just watch how simple it is, because it's good for you to have the knowledge, because your buyer's gonna be like, all right, what do I click? It says blah and it asks you all these different questions. Okay, so there it is. Now, remember, I'm the agent, but I'm sending myself this because I need to sign that agency disclosure, because this is my first substantive contact with the buyer. All right, so all of this is default. Click the Start Signing button. It's nice and neat and branded already for you. Okay. Pull that up. All right, so some disclaimer there that says, yep, the same as a wet signature. I get it. So all I got to do is hit this blue start button, and it automatically, saw how it kind of already went to where I don't need to figure out where I have to sign. I just hit that blue button right here, and then all I got to do is click in here and then hit the complete signing button. And just like that, my portion is done. So, what's that? There it is.
It's
Not on the TV. What the heck? Okay. Okay. Get it back up. No worries. Just do it. Okay. All right. So everybody, check their phones. Let's go ahead and get this thing under contract, man. I'll make the offer. What? Didn't get it? Ah, come on. Yeah. Spam? Maybe? Nothing? Junk? Junk folder? There you go.
Oh.
I don't know why it's junk, but hey, that's not a good sign. That's a terrible sign.
Do I press start signing?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that. We are back. Okay. All right, so let's go here. All right. We're back to the signing. Now, if I want to I click the signings again. Let's just see where we're at. Maybe I can click here, and it usually will tell me like, oh, look at that. Everybody's authenticated and approved. Look at that. So now what that means is I should have everything. So if I want to forward those documents to the listing agent, I can hit it right here. Okay? I can do this. I can send the listing agents, whoever it is, blah, 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 right here. Hit the send button. Or, as the buyer's agent, you see how I got this little notice that says signing updated? That's usually telling me that somebody took an action. Okay, so if I click it, it says, hello, Johnny Mondello. Johnny Mondello accepted everything. Okay, great. Johnny Mondello. Hey, Maria signed her half. Great. And let's see what we got here. I saw some. Oh, look at that. Right here, updated. Last but not least, our good friend Monique has figured out her email password, and it does work.
Yeah.
All right. So this is what you want to see, that sign in complete button. So when you click it, it does a couple things. Download a copy of the signed documents. Boom. That'll download all of them as one PDF. If you want to download them individually, do it right here. You see that right there? Agreement to buy and sell, agency disclosure, PDD. So maybe you want to just download them individually and just send the two that the listing agent needs, not the agency disclosure. However you want to do that, it's up to you, okay? Or as you can see up here, you can just say send them all to the listing agent. Here's our email address. Boom. All right. So congratulations, guys.
Yay,
Y'all
made an
just
offer.
made an offer. Now it is not going anywhere. Again, this is for training purposes. All right. So I am now going to go back to my dashboard or my transactions. All right. So it's always, that's the other thing, is it's always going to be in your transactions. Everything that you signed or your buyers have signed is always in there. Now remember, y'all are ready to, so if I go back in here, okay, we're going to go through this. Let's go here. Let's do this. All right, so contract execution. That's where we are right here. Step, was that easy to see? Okay, y'all can see that? All right, we just got on the contract. Let's just say we send it to the listing agent and pretend that it got accepted. Sweet. Now what? All right, we got that home inspection period, right? We talked about that. We know how that works. We got to hire a home inspector, okay? Get the home inspector out there. They're going to spit out a big, pretty report. It's up to you guys to negotiate that thing as best you can, all right? Here we go. I got some things broken out here. How do I present this? I'm going to present this, baby.
Present at the very top, right? Well, my right. Yes, your
Oh gosh, big button that says present. Let's do that.
left.
All right.
It's normally at the very bottom. So
Okay,
I
cool.
I was looking there.
Okay. Now hopefully it's still recording this, but okay. There we go. All right, contract execute. All right, so we got on the contracts. Let's back up. Part of that is step one, providing the lender. We gotta make sure the lender knows. Hey man, we won a contract. Here's a copy of the document. Okay. Step two, we got to ask our buyers. It is the buyer's choice of who they want to close with. Okay, you being the solid agents that you are, you can recommend. They most of the time don't know. I don't know. What do you think? You know, and if they do that, and that's every once in a while you get somebody that says, "Oh, you know what? My mom works for a title company. Oh, my mom's sister works for a title company. We want to close there." That's fine. Your job is to get those purchase agreements and basically what they call open title. Basically to make them aware that, hey, we have a purchase agreement. We want you guys to do our title work. So we're letting the lender know. We're letting the title company know. Number three here, we are deposit check. It's got to be within 72 hours. So if we just got accepted and it's 12 o'clock today, almost there, we got until Friday, Saturday, Sunday at noon to get that deposit in the hands of that listing agent. Okay. And four, make sure we get your documents there in BrokerMint so we can start looking at it, make sure you're compliant, all that good stuff. All right, so that's step one, contract execution. Next step, home inspection period. All right, get that home inspection schedule. How many days did we put on that contract?
7.
No, close.
10.
10, that's right. So you're the buyers, remember, y'all are the buyers. I'm the
Hey,
buyer's
Monique.
agent. So, hey, Monique and Maria, so it's time to get that home inspection schedule. You guys ready?
Totally.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Okay, so you guys don't have to be there. I generally tell my buyers to be present maybe towards the end of it. So it's usually an hour and a half long, 2 hours, depending upon how big the house is. I always tell my buyers come toward the end. That way, if they have any questions for the home inspector, they can address them. If there's some big ticket items he needs to show you, this is our chance to kind of see it in person. You as the agent, me as your agent, I will be present for that home inspection, okay? Because I want to see it. And I have to be there to let him in and walk him out, lock the doors back up, that kind of thing, okay? This is where we'll negotiate the repairs. We talked about that form the other day, on Tuesday. You saw how to do that, negotiate repairs, okay? But also, in that inspection period, this is their get-out-of-jail-free card, right? I like to say it that way because they want to avoid any legal recourse. This is where you do it, right here in this home inspection period. So if they want to know the survey, how big the home is, if it's ever flooded, what's my flood insurance going to be? Is the homeowners expensive? What is the HOA? What does that cover? Can I put a chain link fence up? All these kinds of different things. This is the stuff that they need to be doing right now. You should be guiding them as their agent. Okay. That's why number 4 there, I always send them the covenants and restrictions if we had that. We want to give them heads up. Most people are okay with it, but you don't want somebody moving in a house and like, well, if I'd have known this neighborhood wouldn't allow for basketball goals in the front yard, I have 4 kids that play basketball. I never would have bought in this neighborhood. There actually is a neighborhood that does not allow for basketball goals. Now, I don't know how much they enforce that because it's a little bit unreasonable, right? Like, I think they just said, like, as long as it's movable, you can put it inside and that kind of thing. But anyways. Right there, number 5. If buyers aren't comfortable with moving forward, now is the time to say so. All right? Make sure they cancel. Let's do it within that 10 days, okay? Just make sure before you send that home inspection response off, if they don't want it, if something doesn't smell right, taste right, look right, they think there's ghosts in the house or something like that, doesn't matter. They can cancel. That's completely fine. Okay, so now we move on. Let's just say we get past that. All right, here's the post-home inspection. Kind of all the things that are happening. This is your job. This document you're looking at is kind of part of your job, okay? All right, your job as the realtor. This is where you let that lender know, hey, we are past the home inspection period. Go ahead and order the appraisal. Why do we not order the appraisal before the home inspection?
Get out of free jail.
Yeah, right? Don't go spend $500 on an appraisal if you don't want the house, right? Because now there's $400 into a home inspection and maybe $500. They're $900 in. So we do this in baby steps. We say, let's go get the home inspection. Let's see how that turns out. And then once that turns out okay, then we'll get that appraisal order. That's usually how I do it. I'm saving them $500 if they don't want the house. Okay. All right. Follow up on just any other documents that you owe them. Right? Maybe it's a sewer certification. Maybe it's. Go ahead.
I do have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If do you remember me telling you about the situation with my grandpa's house and my mom trying to buy it and everything?
Okay.
So they weren't going. Actually, I believe they were going to a realtor through Remax. Oh my lord.
Okay.
But they ordered the not the inspection, the appraisal before the inspection.
It's not wrong.
Okay, but then they were asking if they could get the appraisal as well. Is that okay? Because
do both at the same time?
No, they were asking my mom for the appraisal or the inspection, and then because she pulled out because the
oh right, that's up to the buyer. The buyer owns that inspection. Good question.
Okay.
The buyer owns the inspection. They are not obligated to share it.
Okay.
Out of courtesy, I would say if you're going to cancel on me, can I at least know why? Can you maybe share it with me? Like, come on, like you kind of wasted 10 days of my time. You tied up my house for 10 days, and now I got to go back on the market. So it's a courtesy thing, but there's no obligation for the buyer to disclose, to let the sellers know.
Okay.
They can if they want. Now, let me back up. So if you're sending a repair list, and we want you to fix A, B, C, D, and E, well then, yeah, you might want to at least send those items in the inspection form.
Okay.
I generally just get the permission from the buyer and say, you mind if I send this form? They say, most of them say, no, it's fine, I don't care. Just send it to them and have them, get them to fix my stuff. So yes, but you do, you should inquire about, is it okay, that kind of thing.
Okay.
The lender, this is remember, all these things are kind of going on in parallel, right? You got a job to do, the lender's got his stuff to do, the title company's doing their thing, the buyer's doing their thing. So these are the kind of things that are kind of going on after that home inspection period. Lender's still processing their documents, working their file, getting them into underwriting, all those kind of things, processing that loan. The title company's pulling the title, the abstract, they're getting the buyer's information, and the buyer can be shopping for homeowners insurance. Buyer can be shopping, maybe getting packers, movers lined up, scheduled. This is probably about the middle. So if you're in a 40-day close, and this is all probably going on anywhere probably between days 15 and 25. Okay, so you're kind of in the middle here. All right. So now we're getting toward the end. So now at this point, appraisal's ordered. Everything came back good to go. The value's there. No repairs need to be done. We're getting close. We're like 1 to 5 days out. Okay, so here's the things that you're looking to do. Utilities. We got to get those utilities in Maria and Monique's name. If I'm the owner, I ain't paying for them anymore. You own the house. So as the buyer's agent, I'm coordinating that stuff. I am setting up. Hey, I'm calling the listing agent. Where are the utilities and who they with? Water, sewer, electricity, gas, trash, all those kind of things, right? So you're getting that kind of stuff lined up. Final walkthrough and repairs, right? So this is where you'll do that final one. Now, I usually do the final walkthrough a day or two before closing. Ideally, you want the sellers to be gone because you want to see the house like, you know, a clean, empty slate. There's times that the seller still might not be out. Well, you got to do the best you can. But I typically want to do it when the sellers are gone. You don't want to wait too late. So if you wait the day of closing, some people do that. Well, if there's a Bobo, and you're like, oh, whoa, you still didn't fix the AC. It's broken. It's still not cooling. And we're supposed to close in 4 hours. You see how that can be a problem, right? That's why I say a day or two before closing. So if you've got a emergency, you at least have an extra day or something to work on. And I promise you, that seller will be like, oh, wait, what did we miss? Everybody's trying to close. It's a stressful thing. We're all trying to close Friday, and there's still AC work to be done, right? So you're looking at the repairs, make sure they've been done. You got your receipts, verified anything that you can't see. Obviously, if it's something like, you know, put a cover plate on there, and you can look at it and see that there's a cover plate on there, okay, you can check that box. It's been done, okay? The title company will be sending you a settlement statement on there to you guys to review. So all I do when I get that, I'm looking to make sure sales price is accurate and the closing cost that we agreed to is accurate. So if they agreed to pay $5,000, I want to see that credit. Okay, I want to see that the home warranty is on there. I want to see, you know, those are kind of, you check your commission, make sure it's accurate, that kind of stuff. So you're checking that settlement statement for basically those things. All right. That can be a problem because maybe y'all had a price reduction, but guess what? You forgot to get that to the lender. You forgot to get that to the title company. Do they know about it? No. So now you're going, oh, I forgot. We just reduced it $5,000 because of repairs or because of whatever the reason might be. So we've got to make sure those things happen, right? So yeah, if you're doing anything like price reductions or changes in price or any of that stuff, got to make sure that the title companies and lenders get any of that because that's going to affect that settlement statement. Home warranty. This is your job. We remember with that contract, I got you guys a home warranty. So I'm going to be ordering that probably probably a week out. Doesn't matter. You can order it 20 days out. It doesn't matter when you do it. Just make sure that it does get done. Just a little nice thing to give your buyer is a change of address packet. Make sure that they have that. Go to the USPS website. It'll kind of tell them about change of address, what to do. Actually, we have a form, I think, on our intranet that tells them all these different things, where to go, not just the post office. That's going to stop the bleeding and everything forward goes to the new address. But think about where your address is at on file someplace. It literally dozens, right? Your W-2 from your previous job, your mortgage, maybe your financial statements, your insurance, you name it. There's literally dozens and dozens of places that have your address. So we have a document on the internet that covers that, and it's a good thing to give to the buyers. All right, closing. We're here.
Yay!
Ready?
We're so
All right, this is it, right? So just some ideas here. Always a good idea to present them with a small gift. I think the IRS allows for $25 and under, if I'm being correct here, but I'm not saying I'll always stick with that. Let me delete that part of the video. Just kidding. Yeah, so, come up with something there, right? It's always nice to give somebody. This is the celebration. The hard work is done. When you get the closing, there should not be any surprises because remember, that settlement statement comes out pretty much a day, 2-3 days prior. You should be able to review that and make sure, this is the happy part. This is where you're celebrating, okay? Not too much happens as the buyer's agent. In my job, I go there and make really bad dad jokes and make people laugh and while they're signing and I give them a gift, right? And I collect my commission check. And I come back and give it to Justin. He processes it and then we get paid. Hey. Celebrate, take pics. It's all, I don't know you guys do that. I like to do it. Kind of be social, take pics, celebrate with the clients, post it on social media. Those are just extracurricular things that obviously aren't necessary, but just nice to say. All right, post closing. All right, we're not almost done. All right, so we don't want to forget them, right? Y'all are my clients. I've worked with y'all for 40 days of my life. Developed a relationship. We kind of got to know each other. You know, we developed some, you know, some connections, and I know a little bit about your family and your family and y'all's happy moments and this, that, and the other. All right, so if I got them on any listing alerts, just clean up, common courtesy. I'm gonna clean it up. If I got them being sent homes, no, they don't want to be sent homes anymore. Okay, maybe I will put them on post closings for their neighborhood then, right? Maybe they'll send them comps for their neighborhood or activity when something sells. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I'll ask them that. That's a way that I can stay in front of them, keep in touch with them, right? That Real Geeks database, I add their birthdays, I add their closing anniversary, because this is something that's going to build over time. I now know that you guys closed on October 14, 2021. So next year, when this day comes, send you a cool little email. Check Real Geeks. I'm going to go, oh yeah, that's my friends. They closed a year ago. We're going to blow it up. Facebook's going to let you know, hey, here's your anniversary thing that happened, right? You're going to send it, you know. And of course, ask for reviews. Always a good thing, right? Good stuff.
It's getting me excited.
Yeah, you're all there. Okay. And let's see if there's anything else I wanted to cover.
I don't know if you're one of those persons that like getting all the like.
That's kind of it, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all questions?
You said there's stuff for the home warranty.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll get you some information on that. So, all right. For those on recording, thanks for attending, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be posting this here soon.